Chairman in exile of the Ways and Means Committee's confidence in my ability to change minds is wonderful, but probably overstated, and I regret that, but I will try anyway. The previous speaker said that people were going to be forced to reduce hours. Now they'll only be forced to reduce it from 40 to 39 as opposed to 30 to 29. In other words, if you work 39 hours a week, you won't have to be covered. You won't have to have health care insurance. And somebody else will pay their bill. Maybe Medicaid, depending upon how much they make. Maybe all of us will pay that extra $1,000 in our premium so that the uninsured can be funded. Or maybe the other employers who do in fact believe that it is good to offer their employees health insurance, even though they only work 39 hours a week. Somebody else will pay the bill. That's what's been happening, of course, with employers who don't provide health care insurance. Their competitors who do are in an unfair position. Why did we choose 30 hours a week? We chose 30 hours a week, Mr. Speaker, because in surveying the private sector employment field, we found that 29 hours was perceived to be the litmus test for 29 hours or less being part-time. So we picked 30 hours, which was more than the average in the private sector. But now we have a bill that's the 52nd vote to repeal the Affordable Care Act. This obsession with undermining the access to affordable quality health care by the American people. This bill changes the definition of full-time employee in a way that would make approximately 1 million Americans lose their employer-sponsored coverage. Do we care? Do 1 million Americans make a difference to us? Do 1 million Americans not having the availability of the assurance that they and their families have health coverage, does that matter to us? Or are they all part of the 47% who aren't going to vote for some of us anyway, the proposition is, so why worry about them? In addition, it would increase the number of uninsured by as many as 500,000 people. And it would increase the deficit by $74 billion. A million people lose their employer-sponsored care. 500,000 people would continue to be uninsured, and $74 billion loss in revenues. May I have one additional minute?
Gentleman, 1 minute.
The gentleman yields. The gentleman has 1 additional minute.
Mr. Speaker, this is because the legislation provides an incentive to redefine work hours so that more employees would be categorized as part-time. In other words, you work in the United States of America 39 hours and you're part-time. Under this bill, more than 5 times as many workers would be put at risk of having their employers just slightly reduce their hours to avoid providing them with health insurance. That is a change that subverts the goals of the Affordable Care Act, and it's not going to help grow our economy either, but more importantly, it subverts the quality of life, the confidence, the assurance, if you will, of millions of Americans. Mr. Speaker, I urge the defeat of this legislation. I urge us to confirm the fact that we believe Americans in the richest country on the face of the earth ought to have access to affordable, quality health care, and that everybody would participate in that objective. And I yield back the balance of my time.